Hi everybody. So I was just checking with the Google. Whatever we do, we check with the Google or ChatGPT these days. So I just checked with the Google how many people do have a story to tell the world. So it said about 81% has the story to tell the world, or has the potential to write a book. So I'm no exception. I have done that, and also I take my journey further from here and opening the books in front of you in a very short period, maybe about 18 to 20 minutes time from now, that you will hear a lot of information from my side. And hello and greetings to all the human beings in this room, and from another human being. So thank you so much. So I would like to express my sincere gratitude to TEDx platform and Jain University for organizing this wonderful event and inviting. Thank you so much again. And yeah, so when I was born in the early 1970s, I was named by my parents as Srinivas Prasad. So then later point of time, the story is going to be on this, that I named myself as Dr. Anita Prasad. So this is the small story which I would like to share. And what is Dr. Anita Prasad doing today? What are the kind of changes of the innovation that has come on place? I'm born and brought up in Bangalore. So the Bangalore where we could travel anywhere from one end to the other end in less than 30 minutes. That was the Bangalore what I'm talking about. And until the year 2000, I was graduated from Bangalore University, also from the National College, Jayanagar. So wonderful, background, wonderful people all around. So I was very, very happy. And also I did my diploma in computer applications, also with Indian Institute of Science. I have some small stint. And working in the engineering services house, learned a lot of technology, by the way, in that time period. And was also instrumental in constructing the first ever digitization in India. That is the first .com bubble you might have heard about all in this direction. That we first hosted the online results for the SSLC and the pre-university results. So I come from that particular era. So we started to digitize India's first project from the government of India, the land records conversion, manuscript into digital format, the electoral ID cards, whatever you have seen. So these were the eras that we started our journey from. Then moving on further, the complexities increase. We also started to sell the cinema tickets online. So a lot of digitization, it happened, and the revolution started from Bangalore because it was an IT hub, and there were a lot of early adopters of technology. I think you need to know that the first, if I write a bell curve, the first 2.1% is going to be the innovators, and the rest 25 to 30% or 35% are going to be the early adopters of technology, and then the other part continues thereafter, and then slowly it diminishes. So this is how this goes. When I look at this kind of an initiative, there were a lot of wonderful technologies coming up on the ground, and a lot of early adopters, and big projects. And at that time, I got an opportunity to go and join an engineering services house. I went to join a Quest Global, biggest engineering house in India, and I was the responsible person for Germany operations, and then I was posted to Germany. So that brought me to Germany actually for the work. So when I went there, I worked, and my family also relocated. In that time period, we also had a kid. So I have a girl child. Now she's about 18 years old. And we lived a wonderful, happy life all through. And the year 2008, I started my own business venture because we were so successful bringing in the joint ventures, bringing in the biggest captive centers in India, and so on and so forth. So there were, the real, the IT industry is what I'm talking about. We were really, really successful in that particular point of time. And we learned a lot. And using this kind of a skill, we wanted to unleash into bringing them into business areas, converting them, innovating something new. So that innovation is something what I had already seen. I continued that. And in that particular point of time, I realized that there were a lot of challenges, and we also brought in that kind of difference into the customer. And when I went into the market, I got the first project from Airbus, the Airbus 380, you guys might have heard about it, the detail engineering services. We got to work in terms of the wings. So that was the first engineering project I started to work on. Then we did a wonderful job. Because of that, we got various other different models from Airbus especially. And then I expanded my operation in America, Canada, UK, Spain, France, Austria, name it. We were there, including India, including the automobile designs. So Bombardier, Boeing, the 787 Dreamliners that you guys fly. So we worked on a lot of heavy engineering projects and the activities that you can ever imagine about. And in that time period, I went and enrolled myself also for a higher up education. That is in the California University. You have heard about it. I did my PhD in that particular point of time. And keeping that, I also wanted to move into innovation. So when I wanted to move into innovation, I wanted to learn flying for the first time. So I went into the flying school in Germany, got enrolled. I learned flying as well. So that was a very super duper experience for me. And then after that, with Technical University Munich, I did a small study as well, innovated an aircraft for the first time. The Indian soil, never ever heard of it. Some achievement like this has come through like, never before. So we did that, a very proud moment, patentable solutions, patentable mathematical calculations, amazing. And moving ahead further, wonderful life was continuing. And I made an exit in the year 2013 and 15, 2 companies. And thereafter I was consulting because I didn't want to continue that heavy, let's say burden. I would say that I got rid of it, and then I wanted to consult. Then I started making my foray into the manufacturing IT consulting. So that is automating the factories that you see, large machines, large initiatives. Fantastic. Everything was going fantastic. Also with various Indian companies, Indian enterprises. Really good. I wouldn't say that any given day we had any sort of issues. Good corporations, good clients, everywhere, and a wonderful lifestyle. My family and I could decide, turn the globe. We had a small globe at home. Just turn it, put your finger. We used to go there. That's how our life and family was. So life, happy family all through. But time came in the year 2018. I wanted to go to Mount Kailash with Sadhguru. So that's where I wanted to get myself medically checked up. And when I went there, doctor said, hey, you have a higher blood pressure. I didn't even know that I have a high blood pressure. So he put me on some beta blockers. That's the start of my journey there. Then that did not help. The blood pressure did not stop. And it continued and continued and continued. And 2019 upwards, I had serious health concerns which came in on my way, that I kept frequenting to hospitals with very high heart rate, blood pressure, and anxiety panic attack. And stomach bloating, I'm not able to eat any food, simple. So the doctors, hospitals, and the entire ambulance staff, everybody got to know that, okay, some Indian is going to come today evening, that is for sure. That is how I was famous. And after an year and a half of this kind of a drama which went on, finally these doctors said, see, there is nothing wrong in your whole body. Everything is functioning absolutely fine. We scanned you entire end to end. But please go and consult a psychiatrist. Probably this is a psychiatric issue. So you should consider to visit there. So imagine I lived 45 years, a fantastic lifestyle. I had all the wonderful cars that you can ever imagine about, including the Rolls, Bentley, whatever you can imagine, and a plane. I was a pilot. So I had a great lifestyle that you can ever imagine about. And I was a very super fast driver. I used to cover 1,040, 1,100 kilometers in about 4.5 hours. So this is how crazy I was. And imagine suddenly a change coming into me, and health is deteriorating. You're not able to eat food. You're too weak. All these issues. And going into psychiatry. The psychiatrist, he figured out what the issue was. He made a detailed diagnosis. He said that, you have something called as gender dysphoria. Now this gender dysphoria is called as gender incongruence. I was totally in shock. What is this gender dysphoria? Doctor said, you are feeling female. Why don't you go and get yourself brain scanned? And also please visit the endocrinologist, get your DNA, everything checked up. So that is when I went into the endocrinologist. After getting the prescription, he said that you have to go very fast to meet with the endocrinologist. If you don't delay, if you continue to delay, you will have serious issues. Yes, because it's a medical condition, I got the priority. I went there, I flashed up my information. They said that, yeah, here is a total mismatch that is happening here. Mind is a female brain, body is a male brain, male pattern completely. So there is a non-coherence between mind and the body already. So how do you handle this? Not possible. You have to go through the hormone replacement therapy now because you have to calm down everything. This is the only chance what you have. And the gender dysphoria is so dangerous, it can hit your heart, liver, lungs, kidneys, anywhere. Nobody knows what this is. And no one can also figure out this is because of gender dysphoria. I was absolutely a normal person. Suddenly you get into this and suddenly you start feeling all this up and down. But yes, I used to get this kind of a wave earlier that I used to push it away, saying that, this is something which is, some sort of a gender crisis that is coming up and it is going. Fine, I don't have to think about it. But anyway, considering this, I was seriously in trouble and my family was not accepting me at all. They said, I don't need any transgender at home. And I asked doctor further, doctor, what is this? Is there any way out? He said, no, there is no way out. It's a river that is going and you have to go with the current. You cannot swim against the current. Please understand this. If at all you do this, this is life-threatening. If you are ready, I don't have any issues. I can start medicating you on that. I said, no, let me continue this. I can be productive, yes. And then I asked him one simple question. LGBTQ plus, how many people are there? How many genders do exist? What does it mean that plus? It says 28 genders do exist. Did you know that? 28 gender exist today. So those are the gender identities. Then I was convinced, yes. Then I was convinced, no, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I should continue to start to save my life. Then I came back to my family. I requested them, please accept me. They said, no, you have to go out if you want to live like a woman, and there is no go, you can stay here. So with great humiliation, even from the neighbors, with a lot of things, I continued to stay at my home. But they said, no, you have to leave your home right now. And one day it came to such an extent that the humiliation, whatever I did achieve, it came in as something different. And I said, okay, let me end my life now. Let me go to the railway station nearby. But unfortunately, that day the German rail people were striking. Unfortunately, I couldn't die. And there was a Pakistani guy, I think. He brought me to the nearby, tea shop. He said, hey, have a tea and then, let's talk. But I was not in a mood. And then after that, I came back home. I told my wife that, okay, listen, I need about next 3-4 weeks of time and I'm going to, really take some time on planning. And that's where I sat and started to plan my whole life, the whole 6 weeks of time. So I only came out to cook my food, eat my food, go back to my room, and that's it. Start planning. By the way, I was also ostracized. I was put in a room. My 18-bedroom mansion turned into a jail. Simple. I only had one utensil. I did not have anyone to talk to. I did not have anyone to call me. That is it. So all the Indian community was thinking that something had happened to this guy, Srini, whatever. So they used to call me. So that time I planned my whole life. First I planned, yes, this is all happening because of the awareness, lack of awareness. Next is, we are talking about some sort of mind is prevailing that, they think that the LGBT community is something wrong. They are something very, very cheap. What about my achievements? Because maybe I've changed my gender, but all my understanding, whatever I read, whatever I'm capable of doing, I'm still capable of doing it. Why should I be getting into this kind of an angle? So all these things put together, I planned for a Samaikya Bharat Yatra, for the first time ever. I thought I'll prepare this from India. I'll come over here. I'll start the Samaikya Bharat Yatra, where Samaikya is a Sanskrit word, by the way. So it means equal. Everyone are equal. It's an inclusive culture in India. So that's what even our Prime Minister Modi was talking about in the last August 15th speech. So the Samaikya Bharat Abhiyan or something, Yatra, is what we are planning to do, to travel across India. And then I prepared a course curriculum with everyone, all the top professors put together, an online free education platform to understand or make people understand about gender and gender sensitivity. And then next phase, however this Yatra is about to start, it's somehow getting delayed, but it has to start soon. And I thought, okay, this is not the end. Still, I'm lonely. Who is listening to me? My parents are not listening. My friends are not able to understand. Nobody is able to understand me. Still, there are untouched areas. What is it? Just Samaikya Bharat Yatra, it doesn't help. Who does it help to? Nobody, just one discussion and it's over. Then I said, I'm feeling lonely, definitely yes. For this, what should I do? And I said that, okay, let me invent a bot. This is where we enter, because this is where I have spent my 28 years of my career. This is the time for me to start invention in this particular field, where it is going to give the social cause. And I see the 1 out of 3 is having a problem of loneliness. And this loneliness is so dangerous, and I also see that it's leading into cancers because it can alter the DNA, it can go into any other place, it can cause you Alzheimer's disease, it can cause you any issues. Loneliness is so dangerous. And friends are not coming on my way, right? Friends are not coming. No one is there to listen. No one there to understand. No one there to understand the kind of depth that I'm talking about. You see the problem which is existing. So therefore, this is where I went into some sort of an innovation area, and I wanted to bring this to the next phase. This is called as My Budding. This is where I wanted to initiate, and this product probably is going to come up very, very shortly, and we'll be releasing it very soon. And the other part is, yes, I also started to tell everyone, because you guys have created, you guys meaning the transgender and the Hijra community in India. They are not trans women, they are transgender and Hijra. So for example, these are the people who have already created a lot of problems in the society. Therefore I told them, look, you are not supposed to beg. Please don't beg, go get an employment. Please don't get into the prostitution business. You have to change. Therefore I started 2 new hashtags also. That is hashtag India has no prostitute, hashtag India has no beggar, right? So because I said this, I got 3 life threats, 1 food poisoning attempt, and 1 kidnap attempt failed. So this is India. Welcome. So I'm not going to leave this. I am there, I'm committed. I want to make everyone more productive. And I also started an innovation lab for this, where we are going to bring in many, many more machines and simple business areas where people can get adapted to, start changing, make more innovations, be more productive. We want to call India a productive nation, not a nation for beggars. So from this, I conclude my talk. Thank you so much, and any questions I'm here to address.